Shalom, Israel. This is Jalen, or Mr. Jalen. I just finished reading the chapter Daniel, the book Daniel, and I would like to bring you some information from Daniel's chapter 10 through 12, as well as information from another book, Joel. All praises due to the Most High and the Most High alone. And because of the Most High, the Creator, who led his people out of Egypt, who made the earth and heaven alone, because of him, I'm able to bring you this information. So Daniel chapter 12 verse 3 from English Standard Version. And those who are wise shall shine like the brightness of the sky above, and those who turn many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever. So the ones who are wise and they walk in that path, they're going to shine like the sky above, like the sun. And those who turn other souls to righteousness and away from wickedness, they're going to shine like the stars, probably like the sun, actually like the sun, or even brighter, shine like the stars forever and ever. And I put, the wise shall shine bright, and the ones who preach truth and turn many to righteousness shall shine brighter than the stars. Okay, Daniel chapter 12 verse 4, English Standard Version. But you, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book until the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. So in these last days, a lot of people are going to be reading this book of Daniel, but knowledge shall increase. And I figured out there's going to be two ways the knowledge would have increased. So Joel chapter 2 verse 28, English Standard Version. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit on all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. So let's go back to Daniel chapter 12 verse 4, the ending. Knowledge shall increase. Just that part. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. So one way knowledge shall increase is in Joel chapter 2, the Most High himself. He's going to pour out his spirit on all people. And that's one way knowledge increase. Now the second way knowledge shall increase, I don't have scripture for it. It's just a theory. Is the internet. That's what I think. I've always thought that when in Daniel in the last days it says knowledge shall increase. Obviously, the internet. I don't want to say we're smarter than our ancestors on this earth before. But, it's definitely easier than reading a book. Nothing's like experience, but it's like secondhand from experience just to read and learn based on what other people who have experience have to say on certain subjects. It's not like going in the library and reading through books that take so much time. The internet is just it's the Library of Alexandria, if you will. It's like your own little Vatican, because you know how the Vatican got like books underneath. Well, you can just learn on just about almost anything you want quickly, and you don't have to get up and switch and look for many books and you might take an hour looking for a book. And internet, you're not gonna take an hour looking for a book. You're gonna open 10 different books at once. You're gonna open different tabs on articles, something that you're gonna learn and you're gonna read and get the most critical information. That's my experience. That's all of your experiences. I as well. On YouTube, you got books that talk to you. A book that you can see that talks to you. Information. Anyway, like Daniel chapter 12 verse 4, I read it again for you. But you, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book until the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. So I put knowledge will increase in the end times, Joel 2:4, and the internet. I already said that. And finally, Daniel chapter 12, verse 10. Many will be purified, cleansed, and refined by these trials, but the wicked will continue in their wickedness, and none of them will understand. Only those who are wise will know what it means. So in the last days, let's put where I wrote. The righteous shall purify themselves and strive to be more righteous in these last days, and the wicked shall only become more wicked. The righteous are wise to understand and perceive the end times. The wicked shall not understand the last days. So I'm not sure you guys got family members and stuff, and they can't smell the coffee. They don't see it coming, or even friends or whatever. You tell them, especially my experience, the younger generation, or the old generation too, because you guys were around for this, but I tell people, older people, the end days is here and stuff, and they say, oh, the end day, they tell you, oh, people been saying the end days is going to happen, and it never came. Well, it's here. People just want it to happen like that, but it's a slow process. Even though prophecies come so quickly, sometimes we get flustered and we think, oh, it's gonna happen so quick, but it doesn't happen as quick as we thought it does. It's fast yet slow. It's like dying, which is a quick process, but slowly dying. So eventually you're gonna go. It's not like an hour or anything. It's not like we have 100 years or anything, but might have a year left on this earth. But within that year, within 2 months, let's say within 2 months, 30% of the earth's population gone, because it's dying. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's go back. Daniel chapter 12, verse 10. Only, and the last part of it, only those who are wise will know what it means. And that's new. I forgot what it stands for, but that's the NLT. For Daniel chapter 12, verse 10, I use the NLT. So it says, only those who are wise will know what it means. Now in Daniel 12, verse 3, ESV, and those who are wise shall shine like the brightness of the sky above, and those who turn many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever. Daniel 12, verse 4. Ending. Knowledge shall increase. So the wise, not to say that there's wicked people who are wise, but I don't know, because with the Most High saying to Daniel, with his angels, the Most High sent his angels, because Daniel sent. I just read the finished book. Daniel prayed a righteous prayer for the people, the Most High's chosen people, and then he got some answers. And it seems that the wise are the ones who follow the law, the righteous. The wise are the righteous, and the ones who are wicked are the wicked might be wise in some aspects. They might know how to, tie their shoes, or how to do math, how to skin an animal or something. But they don't know the spiritual things. The righteousness is foolishness to the wicked. These things they can discern these signs and times, the real knowledge, as we can. So many will be purified and cleansed and refined by these trials. So there's going to be some trial. Like, we think we might be keeping the commandments and stuff now, which we are, like Brother Deshaun Whitehead. This is something I've been keeping maybe about 2 months now. 100% fibers only. And it's because a brother of mine told me, he said, I don't want to go to hell behind some mixed fabrics. And I don't either, 100%. And it can get tedious to find it. And it's possible, though. It's very possible. So what's going to happen? What kind of trials? Like Raptor News says, it's going to be fire on this earth. It's going to be famine. Not just Raptor News. This book is going to be famines, wars, natural disasters, cannibalism, rapes, all kinds of stuff gonna happen. But the wise shall survive these things. Maybe not. Because in Daniel 12 verse 2, ESV, and many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame, and everlasting contempt. So, some gonna wake up to everlasting life. They're gonna shine like the brightness of the sky or like the stars. And some to everlasting contempt. They're gonna be in hell. That's not what it says. That's my interpretation. They're gonna be in hell, regretting what they did. And some Muslim guy who reads the Quran, he told me that when people get judged, and the ones who get cast into the fire, as they're getting thrown into the fire by angels, they're gonna be saying Hallelujah. I don't know these pagan origins and names, but you get my gist. They're gonna be saying Hallelujah means it praises the Most High, basically, because they're gonna be saying that because their judgment is righteous and just, so they're gonna be feeling shameful and regret and hell. And many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. So how are they gonna be everlasting shame? And then some is gonna be life. Shouldn't the shame ones be alive too? It sounds like hell to me if it's everlasting, and then they not the part of the ones that's everlasting life. So this is just what I learned from reading chapter Daniel. I've been reading the Old Testament here and there, annotating it. And Daniel was really like a crazy one. It refers Jeremiah. I'm gonna go ahead and start on that one too. But I need to finish up the Torah. I just need Genesis left. I wasn't doing it in order, but I want to go back and finish up the Torah. I do a couple Psalms. There's Ezekiel, it's cool. Isaiah. Some of these I haven't touched on. The ones I've read were Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Zechariah, and Malachi. And I've read other ones before, like I read all the Proverbs and all that, but this is my second time, and I'm actually annotating it. I'll just show you how I just opened up Exodus. I'll show you how it looks. Sticky notes right on the side, highlight it. I like this study book because it gives you a space where you can write on the side with. But yeah, this is my what I had to teach you about chapter Daniel's chapter 10 through 12. So go ahead and read that, even if you haven't already read it. It's about the end days. It's about the Antichrist. It gets really crazy, but for those who haven't read it, I recommend you just read Daniel. And if you haven't read it recently, just sharpen up, read Daniel. It's only 12 chapters. You can finish that in a day. You can read 4 chapters an hour, and you'll be finished in 4 hours. And it don't even take that long. You could probably finish in an hour or an hour, 20 minutes, something like that. So all praise to the Most High alone. Shout out to Rap the News. He turned me to righteousness 3 years ago. Rap the News, I really hope this applies to you. And those who are wise shall shine like the brightness of the sky. And those who turn many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever. Rap the News, he definitely deserves something. Even if 8 people go into the kingdom, I really hope you, one of those people. I would definitely vouch for you if I can. If there's witnesses against you and in your judgment, I'm sure many of us on this earth can vouch for you, but I think it's just gonna be your own voice against you. I'm not sure. And the angel who records everything that you do. James Sinke, um, he is like the face for the Gentiles, no matter black, white, yellow, green, and brown. Um, to show, he like the pioneers to show that, um, just because you Gentile doesn't mean just because you're not chosen people doesn't mean you don't follow God's law, or be cool with God's people and stuff. When I first found out I was Gentile, I almost gave up. But then I realized the reason why I whole started this. I came from atheism. I was an atheist because I was raised Catholic, dad's side, Jehovah's Witness, mom's side, and it never made sense. You know how religion is. You can figure that out easy, but the Most High called me. I prayed and I felt Him in prayer. That's a whole another little story I could do, but I found out I was Gentile, and then you got all these Hebrews in camps who just want to condemn you to hell. But be above them, man. James Iggy, I'm sure you give confidence to many, many people, and you know, all praises to the Most High. The you're in this truth. Especially a person of your age, coming from your generation, you truly a pioneer, man. And brother Deshaun Whitehead, you be having some good hard hitting lessons, and then you got passion for this truth. Not that James Sink or rap don't, but sometimes you be talking and you put like a lion roar into it. Um, you yell, and not yell, but necessarily, but you know what I mean. And I read somewhere that you're not supposed to read the Bible, all calm and quiet. You're supposed to have an exalted voice. I'm not gonna read nothing. You can rewind my video, but I do that naturally, and you do that naturally too. All of us do this naturally. All these righteous men and women. And you do have these hard hitting truths, and you do deserve more views. Not that you deserve more views, but more people should view you, because you will be turning people's righteousness. You got those Rap the News vibes where you watch a video and you're like, oh, you stiffen up, and you're like, oh, I gotta do. That's the vibe you give me. So this is just a video, for everyone to see. Righteousness. Mr. News keeps showing the truth and exposing these devils. I watch all you guys every day. I have notifications, and you guys post every day. I'm really more active on Instagram, and I'm on there every day. But I do come on here and comment every day and stuff. Since these 3 years, I can see Israel. All the people called by the Most High. Like in Joel 2:28, and that shall come to pass afterward that I will pour my spirit out on all flesh. We're coming closer and closer together than one accord. We're like at a stalemate with those people who still want to be in Christianity, and that didn't happen before. There were only few people. It would be rare to see someone who believed in the Most High alone. Now you see more and more and more people being, and those who turn many to righteousness, like the stars forever and ever. They're gonna shine like stars forever. There's more people being turned to righteousness. And now I see people talking about not wearing mixed fabrics, and talking about the Torah, the laws, and the Torah. And thank you, everyone. Even if you're not a channel that posts, anyone who shows and teaches truth, anyone who's wise and can see. Thank you for serving the Most High. Don't sin. These last days are crazy, and you don't want to pay for anything, because we're probably all gonna pay for something pretty severe. A lot of us will probably die in the process, if not all of us. And don't make it harder on yourself. and don't disappoint the Most High. If you're watching this video so far, you know better. Don't you're obligated not to disappoint the Most High. Peace, all chosen people of the Most High.